Other than Bitcoin, what can I buy? That's the question I feel like a lot of people ask me after they're on their journey. And so I got to tell you, if you don't know about this site already, go check this site out. It's called CoinMarketCap. This is a really great resource for literally every investor for a lot of reasons. Number one of the things that it talks about is a list of a ton of crypto. Not all of them, because first of all, this was bought out by another company, so it's all about making money now. And so they're charging people to get onto this thing. But once you become a pretty, I would say, established company, once you kind of prove yourself as, hey, people want to know more about this, people want to invest in this, it typically gets listed just out of market pressure. But this is a really interesting way to really just go, click on this and simply scroll through here, right? And so really, if you're somebody who's wanting to learn a little bit more, you can click on the asset itself. Obviously, it shows you all the different information, which we can go through. In fact, let me do that first. So not only do you have the price for the moment, the 24-hour change, and the 7-day change, the market cap, meaning that here's how much money, if you took all the money in crypto, here's how much money is going into this specific coin, right? So what you're looking at is $843 billion are in Bitcoin as opposed to $355 billion in Ethereum, right? And really, this is not that huge of a variable, but really what it does is it shows you, as you can see hopefully on the screen, that the value is of its total circulating supply. Now, one of the things that you've got to understand is that some of these coins, once they're released, they have a set schedule of when they come out. For example, Bitcoin, it's not going to be fully released until the year roughly 2140, if I said that right. So that's like 120 years from now. But as you can see, this is a pretty good chunk. 18 million of the 21 million are already mined, meaning in circulation. And so when you're taking a look at the market cap here, you can take the price itself times that circulating supply, bada bing, bada boom, that gives you this $843 million number. Now, the reason that might be a variable for you to understand is a lot of times people want to say, hey, this coin right here, I heard this coin's going to go to whatever. Okay, let's take a look at that. You can go to like Ethereum, for example, as I go ahead and click on it. And somebody will say, man, Brian, I heard that Ethereum is actually going to pass Bitcoin. And I'll typically reply with something along the lines, did you hear that the price was going to go higher, or did you hear that the market cap was going to go higher? Well, I'm not really sure, but I did hear that it might go to $100,000. Okay, great. We could actually use that to our advantage. We could take $100,000 times its circulating supply, and we could figure out what is the market cap. Well, that market cap would be more than gold and silver, and we're talking about, trillions of dollars, right? And so if that's the case, we can start to reel it back in for a second and say, this is a little bit unattainable. In fact, some of the case studies that we've reviewed for some people is we try to look at kind of what their case is. They'll say this coin is at 0.0001 and it's going to go to $5. And you sit here and you do the math and you explain to them, look, if the supply remains constant, right, that it releases consistently over time, then in X number of years we'll be at this much supply. Once we have this much supply and we times it by your $5 price, this would be more money than all of the money on Earth. Can you start to see why a $5 price point would be a little unrealistic? See what I'm saying? And so it's not really necessarily something to, it's not meant to be like, let me prove you right, let me prove you wrong, but it will help kind of you map out some of these price predictions that you hear on Twitter and social media and stuff like that, right? So as you click on it, you can obviously learn a little bit more. You can go to their website, obviously has lots of different things. One of the things I like about it is when somebody talks about, hey, I really want to get into this, where would I buy it? I say, go to CoinMarketCap and check it out. Typically, I don't think they keep this up to date the best, but it really kind of gives you an idea of, if I wanted to buy Ethereum, I could buy it on Binance. If I had USDT, which is Tether, which is a stable coin, I did a video on that, but it shows you all of the different exchanges that this is currently available on and what currencies, the pairings that it'll actually work with. So for example, if I wanted to, let me see if I can get to Ethereum USD. All right, so if I wanted to buy Ethereum with the United States dollar, because I live in Colorado, and I want to be able to buy that, I can buy it on Bitfinex, Kraken, Gemini, etc. with the US dollar. Or if I wanted to buy it with USDC, which is another stable coin, a USD coin, or USDT Tether, right? Or maybe I want to exchange my, let's say, Bitcoin, right? I know I'm kind of scrolling through it here, or the euro, right? Whatever my currency is. Maybe I want to sell my Bitcoin for Ethereum. So maybe what's happened is Ethereum is at a low price right now and Bitcoin ran up first. So Bitcoin's doing really well and I think that it's probably at the top. Maybe I want to sell that, take my profits from that and redeploy it directly into Ethereum so that when Ethereum goes up, now I'm kind of double dipping. I've got this run and now I get to reaccumulate this run, right? When Ethereum goes up. Well, that would be a much easier transaction than trying to sell it from Bitcoin into United States dollar or whatever your currency is into Ethereum, right? And so this is also another way to accumulate more of an asset. So when the market's going up, yeah, you typically want to accumulate as much as you can, then you're going to sell it for your currency so that you have more dollars. Now I can go buy more stuff or whatever, right? If that's your thing. The other thing to do is when the market is going down, I want to be able to accumulate more of Ethereum. So what I would do, or in this case, it would be Bitcoin. So I'm going to sell my Ethereum not for US dollars, so I have more dollars. I'm going to sell it for Bitcoin, so I have more Bitcoin. Then when the price goes up, I sell it and I buy lower, I'm buying it, and I now have more Bitcoin. Then when Bitcoin goes up, instead of having more US dollars, I have more Bitcoin. And so all that to say, we'll do a whole other video on that. That's really what this site is. You can see that it has all kinds of different exchanges and it kind of talks about its popularity or the confidence that it's a legitimate site, that kind of stuff. But if I go back here for a second, like I said, you can come over and you can actually search for these. There's a little search functionality on this page to where you can simply go and say, hey, I want to look for this coin or whatever else, right? But it allows you not only that, but I wanted to try to find one that would show you, if you come over here, you obviously can see the chart. You can look at the markets themselves, like I talked about, the historical data, the wallets that might carry it, right? Whether you're going to have a hard wallet like a Ledger or a Treasure or something like that, an online wallet, or maybe a soft wallet that you might have on your phone. But the other thing too is Coinbase, Gemini, CoinMarketCap, they typically have some sort of overview of what that coin is. And that's what I think is pretty cool about CoinMarketCap, is because of how much information is on the page. As you can see, it has all kinds of different stuff in all kinds of different categories. You can actually go and find out directly from the site itself. But a lot of times when you're clicking on this, you can find somewhere on each page a little bit more about it. It'll say in a couple of sentences, hey, here's what this is, right? And so it just becomes a little bit neat of a tool. And also, if you're really just curious, because a lot of times you just hear something online about some new coin that came out or whatever, like there was one not that long ago called the Internet Protocol, like ICP, right? This came out and it was all a buzz and everybody was like, what in the heck? It literally launched and now it's in the top 25 CoinMarketCap. It's one of the 25 biggest cryptos. What is it, right? So the first thing I did is I came to CoinMarketCap to kind of better understand. If you watched my video the other day, I talked about what a white paper is. Guess what this button does? It takes you directly to the white paper. But it really starts to kind of better understand what's going on. Now, it also helps you better understand the longevity of the project, right? So I told you, right when it launched, it was at like whatever, top 50, top 25, whatever it was. Well, now I'm sitting here looking at the price and we're getting a pretty long tail here, which really means maybe it's not all it's cracked up to be. That's not me saying anything about this asset. This is one of the variables that I go and take into consideration to say, I probably should do a little bit more digging. But if it hasn't performed well, maybe there's some things I need to check out. I could always go look at the news. I can see what's going on in the socials, the ratings, the analysis, et cetera, right? And so it becomes a really great tool to check things out. If you want to learn more about CoinMarketCap, guess where you go? CoinMarketCap.com, and you can go and check out all the cryptos that you want. And obviously, go through here, build your own little portfolio, add things to your watch list so you can easily track it. They've got an app. This is not the end-all be-all, folks, but it is a good tool if you're just curious about all kinds of different cryptos, right? So go check that out. Hopefully that helps you today. If it did, man, give this video a like. And if you got more questions, add them to the comments below and I'll respond right away. We'll see ya.